What's up, man? I am here at HomeGymCon. My goal today is to try out every single leg extension, leg curl in this building. So I'm gonna start out here with the Bear Steel. This thing's been teased a couple times. I've seen it. I wanna put it through its paces. Let's go. The vibe I get from it is that it's still a prototype. It still kind of needs to be configured a little bit better. It's got a good feel to it. It's smooth, a little clunky, a little kind of awkward to figure out how to get in, how to get out, and how to really lock it in. Overall, I'd probably say C tier, but when they get it dialed in, it'll be closer to B tier or A tier, but we'll see how it goes. I'm at the rep booth checking out their leg developer, leg extension attachment, whatever it is. There's a lot of hype about this thing, so I really want to try it out and see if it is going to be a good solution for people who are low on space and maybe want to get something that's a little more budget friendly. So let's check it out. I don't know if I did the leg curl properly, but I feel like good equipment, you should sort of like, it should be intuitive that you can just hop in there and figure it out. So I don't know if that's a sign of like, I didn't do it right, or maybe it shouldn't be at that angle or whatever, but it felt kind of awkward. The leg rollers kind of rolled up my calves as I was doing leg curls. Leg extensions felt okay. I would say it's definitely better with weight on it. Still don't love it. I think I would always prefer to have a dedicated machine for leg extensions, leg curls, but maybe I'm just spoiled. So one of the pieces I've been really excited to test out is the leg extension prone leg curl. This thing is definitely like the most premium, probably the most premium machine here, but it's super premium for a reason. So I really love the idea of having multiple weight horns so you can adjust the strength curve however you want it to be most effective for you. So it's already set up to do leg curls, so I'm gonna go ahead and try that first. That feels smooth as that is so nice. So I've never actually used this thing prior. I don't exactly know how to go from a leg curl to leg extension, but I'm gonna try to figure it out. So let's see how complex this is. Okay. Not bad. I think that's it. 2 pop pins. There we go. So when I do these, I really like to just get as much stretch as I can. So I usually put it in the farthest position. I know a lot of people have a hard time, don't quite have the flexibility to get in, but that's my jam. Just like right there. Oh yeah. Taking everything into consideration, price, footprint, ease of use, what else? Smoothness. I would say that the only downside to this is the price, but man, everything else, I would just have to say this thing is S tier, S tier, the top tier. This is like number one, man. I'm back at the ATX booth. I fucking love ATX. And what's cool about the booth this year is they actually have 3 versions of leg extension, leg curl machines for us to check out. So the first one that I'm checking out is this seated leg extension, prone leg curl. It's plate loaded. It's similar to others that are in this category, but typical ATX style. They just have a few details that kind of take it to the next level. So let's check this bad boy out. It's basically the same mechanics as the rep one. It's the same mechanics as any sort of like bench attached leg curl, leg extension. Not the best, not the worst. Easy adjustment to go into the prone leg curl position. You may or may not have noticed, but they do have a place to attach a cable, so you can pull this up to a cable stack and use the weight stack as your resistance or to add resistance. Another thing that ATX does that not a lot of other companies do is all of their machines have band pegs, so you can use bands in addition to weight plates, and that actually helps with, on this machine in particular, when you get to the top, the resistance kind of drops off because of the lever, and with the band on there, it kind of makes up the difference. So it felt like a strong resistance curve the entire time. So I'd say it's pretty good. I would rate this thing B tier. If we're going budget friendly, something like this is definitely more along the lines of probably a couple hundred, few $100. Definitely, if you're concerned about space, it's nice to have something where you can just add an attachment, do your leg workouts, remove the attachment, and still use the bench for other stuff. I personally don't love the way these feel, but it is one of those things where it's a trade-off because it costs less and it takes up less space. ATX does something really interesting with the foam. You'll notice that the leg pads are triangular, and every other company is just doing round foam pads for everything. It sounds strange, but the triangle is actually pretty comfortable. It's almost more ergonomic, and for what it is, it's pretty comfortable. I need to adjust this because I feel like feels a bit too high for me. It's a good space-saving, cost-saving piece. I personally wouldn't put it in my gym because I would prefer to have a dedicated machine. If we walk over here, this is more along the lines of what I'm talking about. Now, I do have a little bit of a beef with machines like this just because they do have a bit of a challenge with the strength curve, and anytime you have weight on a lever and it is rotating through the movement, you're gonna have more resistance at a certain point and less resistance at another point. I've been really geeking out on trying to fix the resistance curve, and ATX adding bands definitely helps with that. I haven't actually sat on this one and tried it out yet, so let's do that. There it goes. One of the things that is would be good for this, if you're taking feedback on it, like this piece needs to be able to rotate and needs to be able to articulate, because as I'm going through the movement, if it's fixed in place, that pad is either too low or too high. Aside from that, like it feels good. It is smooth. It's pretty straightforward in terms of like, you see it, you know how to use it. Like it doesn't take an assembly manual, or it doesn't take like a tutorial to figure out how to sit there and do it. A few tweaks and this thing will be up there. But I'm happy to give you my feedback, you know, if you want to hop on a call after this. So back at the Prime booth, because I still want to check out the Prime Smart Arm. This is another thing that's like kind of above my pay grade, so I haven't had a chance to mess around with it. But one of the things that it's able to do is leg curls and leg extensions. So if we're talking about adding a piece to your gym that saves space and you're able to get a lot of functionality out of it, this would be one of those pieces. Oh, whoa. Gave me a bit of a head rush there. That's a very extreme angle. The action itself feels really smooth. Like you would expect nothing less from Prime, but now I'm going to try to configure it without any instructions. I'm gonna try to see if I can figure out how to turn it into a leg curl. Let's see how this goes. After some movie magic, I've got it all set up. It works, it feels really comfortable actually, and the strength curve, again, because it's got the 3 weight horns, really easy to adjust and sort of dial it in. The price point is high on this one, so I'd knock it for that. Complexity, there's a little bit of a learning curve with it. I tried to just freeball it and figure it out, and I'm not familiar with the Prime ecosystem, so I kind of struggled with that. I had to have my boy Jason help me out, kind of assemble it, but once it's all assembled, it's pretty sweet. The downside to a system like this is the setup and teardown time. The upside is it saves you space. Off the top of my head, I'd give this thing like a B rating, B tier. Obviously, I love Temple of Gainz. I have this machine at home. This white version is immaculate. It's beautiful. I'm gonna throw it in this comparison just because they're here. I already know the quality is top notch, but it's set up for leg curls right now, so I'm gonna pop in and do some. And then to change it back into leg extensions, it's 2 pop pins, adjust this down, boom. So there's a lot of hype with this Titan machine. I've seen it. Jungle Gym Reviews did a review on it. He said he loves it. It's striking how sharp the angle is, so I really want to get in and try this one out. Interesting. All right. It feels really good. It doesn't feel clunky. I will always prefer the articulating leg holder unless it's engineered just right so you can dial it in, but this just feels a little more natural. All in all, man, I'm pretty impressed. Like, Titan typically doesn't have the best reputation, but I feel like they're really dialing up the design and introducing a lot of strength machines here at HomeGymCon. This one, I'd give it a solid like A-tier level, for real, man. Easy to use, pretty intuitive, and does both leg curls and leg extensions really well, so A-tier, man. I have the prone leg curl leg extension from Temple of Gainz, but I haven't actually tried the seated, so I am excited to try this one out. Yeah, so the one downside is that bar right there. I feel like it was limiting the ROM just a little bit on the leg curls. Like, I probably could have gone just a bit farther in the curls, and then with the extensions, same thing. Not a deal breaker, but could use a design update. I mean, I already knew I was gonna give this machine A-tier. At the Dialed Motion booth, this thing is probably the most hyped leg extension, leg curl attachment at HomeGymCon. I got a quick demo of it yesterday, but I'm gonna try to set it up on my own and see how intuitive it is. Got it unlocked. First of all, love the fact that it comes with a way to store it. Like, for these attachments, that's one of my biggest complaints, is that there are all these amazing attachments, but no way to store them. So huge points for that already. That's how you install it. Pretty cool that you can just pop it off, pop it in here, and it's installed, it's ready to go. Beyond this, I'm gonna call over my boy Leland to get me to the next step. I don't know, I saw it done yesterday. I still don't quite remember how to do it.
Drop it down.
Okay, okay.
So you just want the bench lined up with where the...
Okay.
And then, so you have to pull this side. So that's
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
You need this to be able to pull in, otherwise this would just hit here.
That makes sense.
Yep.
Yep, I remember that. Flip the handles around, get into position. Let's do the seated leg curl.
Seated, just lift it up to whatever height you want.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. Get into position.
Yep.
Pop this bad boy.
It's there. So
Oh,
it
right.
stays, and
Ah,
then you can
gotcha.
Lock it in.
There it is.
And if you want more stretch, you can put it up again.
I think go just a little bit. There we go. There it is.
So if you want a little bit more in the back.
Okay.
And then, yeah, whatever.
Okay.
Like.
Cool. My quick analysis of this, and one thing that I'll add, they did a prototype of, Mike got footage of it yesterday, but being able to do preacher curls with it is something that they're still currently working on. So added points for that, just extra versatility. But the fact that you can do 2 different types of leg curls and then leg extensions, ah, man, I would put this thing in S tier, man. All right, let's see how my core strength is. Oh yeah, look at that. Solid S tier, man. This is my personal favorite in this building. I'm at the PRX booth. They have a rack attached leg extension leg curl. I tried this out when I was in Fargo, but I tried the weight horn version. I haven't actually done it connected to a cable system, so I feel like this would be more up my alley. Let's give it a shot. I don't know. I would probably try to get the starting position in a little bit more. I don't know if it has that adjustability. Actually, I mean, that's a pretty decent stretch. And because it's on the cable system, it's got consistent resistance the whole time, which is awesome. So this thing also does standing leg curls. I'm not gonna do it because I don't really like standing single leg curls. The plus sides are the consistent resistance is killer. It feels good all the way through the entire movement. I would want a little more adjustability in terms of where the leg pad goes. So I like it just squeezed up as much stretch as I can get, and I'm not able to get that fully with this one. When you get this thing, you put it on your rack when you're using it, take it off, throw it on the wall when you're not using it. So definitely points for that. I rate this thing solid, like between B and A. I'll just give them an A because PRX and I have some history, and they're a pretty awesome company. So for that reason, A tier on this bad boy. All right, I'm here at the Bolt Fitness booth. I tried to get through everything yesterday and didn't quite make it, but Bolt Fitness has a very interesting leg curl leg extension, so I want to give this bad boy a try. Weird. Okay. All right, so all in all, I think it's a pretty decent machine. There are a few things that make it a little difficult to just sit in there and figure out, like the way that the leg pad adjusts. I think it's cool that you can access it while you're sitting down, but it's not super intuitive. I also think it's a miss that the pad itself doesn't articulate. A lot of these companies aren't doing that, but it really does make the movement feel a lot more comfortable. Quick and dirty rating, I would give this thing a B tier rating. So one of the surprising entries into this competition that I made up is this, in the Rogue booth, it's a Reflex leg curl leg extension. From what I understand, Reflex is a company that was purchased by Rogue 7 years ago. They have had this available, but it's kind of like you can't order it on the website. You have to know who to talk to get it. But they brought it here, I think, as a way to demonstrate to the home gym community that they're building strength machines in the way that Rogue does. High quality, built to last. I'm curious to see how this thing actually feels. It's interesting. I don't really love it. I feel like it sits really high off the ground. I feel like a little kid in a big boy's chair. The mechanics are not quite optimized, I think, and articulating leg pad, I think, would take it a long way. Also, the movement feels kind of weird. It almost feels like elastic in the range of motion. It's kind of strange. So I would give this thing a C tier. So I'm ending this tour at Force USA, not because they have a leg curl leg extension to try out here. I am in the process of working with them on a really innovative take on the leg curl leg extension machine. We're in the prototyping phase. It's super exciting. If you want kind of a sneak peek or a teaser, go back and look at some of my shorts where I'm adjusting the resistance curve on a leg curl leg extension machine. That'll give you an idea of the direction that we're heading in. So this is a great place to end it. Come to HomeGymCon next year if you didn't make it this year, and thanks for watching. See you next time.